Hello friends, this is me Mudassir. Hope you are all doing well. Today's our topic of discussion is historical materialism of Karl Marx. Before beginning of the topic, let me tell you, if you are visiting first time to my channel, do like, share and subscribe. Let's start without any further delay of time.
Historical materialism is the methodological approach to the study of society, economics, and history. It was first articulated by the Karl Marx in 1818 to 1883 as the materialistic conception of history. It is the theory of socio-economic development according to which changes in material conditions like technology and productive capacity are the primary influence on how society and the economy are organized. Let me tell you about the features of historical materialism. Historical materialism looks for the causes of development and the changes in human society in the means by which humans collectively produce the necessities of life. Social classes and the relationship between them, plus the potential structures and the ways of thinking in society, are founded in the reflect contemporary economic activity. Since Marx's time, the theory has been modified and expanded by thousands of Marxist thinkers. In the Marxian view, human history is like the river. From any given vantage point, a river looks much the same day after day, but actually it is constantly flowing and changing, crumbling its banks, widening and deepening its channel. The water seen one day is never the same as that seen the next. Some of it is constantly being evaporated and drawn up to return as rain. From year to year, these changes may be scarcely predictable. But one day, when the banks are thoroughly weakened and the rains long and heavy, the river floods, bursts its banks, and may take the new course. This represents the dialectical part of the Marx's famous theory, dialectical or historical materialism. Historical materialism started from the fundamental underlying reality of human existence, that in order for human beings to survive and continue existence from generation to generation, it is necessary for them to produce and reproduce the material requirements of life. Marx then extended his premise by asserting the importance of the fact that in order to carry out production and exchange, people have to enter into the very definite social relations that are most fundamentally production relations. Production is carried out through very definite relations between people, and in turn, these production relations are determined by the level and the character of the productive forces that are present at any given time in the history. For Marx, productive forces refers to the means of production such as tools, instruments, technology, land, raw materials, and the knowledge and abilities in terms of using these means of production. Writers who identify the historical materialism usually postulate that society has moved through the number of types or modes of production. That's the character of the B and of the production relations is determined by the character of the productive forces. These could be the simple tools and instruments of early human existence, or the more developed machinery and technologically of present age. The main modes of production Marx identified generally include primitive communism or tribal society. It was a prehistoric stage and ancient society like feudalism and capitalism. In each of these social stages, people interact with the nature and produce their living in different ways. Any surplus from the production is allotted in different ways. Like ancient society was based on the ruling class of slave owners and a class of slaves. Feudalism was based on landowners and serfs, and the capitalism was based on the capitalist class and the working class. The capitalist class privately owns the means of production, distribution, and exchange. Example, factories, mines, shops, and banks. While the working class live by exchanging their socialized labor with the capitalist class for wages. Marx identified the production relations of society arising on the basis of given productive forces as the economic base of society. He also explained that the foundation of the economic base there arise certain political institutions like laws, customs, culture, etc., and the ideas, way of thinking, morality, etc. These are constituted the political and ideological superstructure of society. This superstructure not only has its origin in the economic base, but it has features also ultimately correspond to the character and the development of that economic base. That is, the way people organize society is determined by the economic base and the relations that arise from its mode of production. Now we discuss about the various principles on which historical materialism rests. Historical materialism can be seen to the rest of the following principles. The basis of human society is how humans work on the nature to produce the means of subsistence. There is a division of labor into social classes, like relations of production was based on the property ownership, where some people live from the labor of others. The system of class division is dependent on the mode of production. The mode of production is based on the level of the productive forces. Society moves from the stage to stage when the dominant class is displaced by a new emerging class, by overthrowing the political shell that enforces the older relations of production, no longer corresponding to the new productive forces. This takes place in the superstructure of society, the political arena, in the form of revolution, whereby the underclass liberates the productive forces with new relations of production and social relations corresponding to it. I hope you find this video informative. Thank you for watching it.